want to talk about business. I want to talk about economic opportunities. I want to talk about investment in Kogi State. And one of the things that we were talking about, Your Excellency, is your focus on youth, as you yourself are, I believe, the youngest governor of Nigeria. So your emphasis on youth, and that is really important. It's important in every country. But in a country where the population growth is expected to result in a population of some 400 million people by 2050, and that's not very far away, in a country where at the moment at least 2 million young people are coming onto the job market every year, and in a country where economic recession has bitten deep and people are suffering, and I acknowledge that, then looking at ways in which the British government, British business, British industry can come to Nigeria and can come to Kogi State to see what we can do to provide support, to help, to provide investment, to provide jobs. So some of the areas we were discussing earlier and which we will follow up are on things like infrastructure, on roads, on bridges, on power generation, on electricity, on agriculture, on mining, on some of the PPP projects on which British companies are very interested in tendering. So we talked about the transparency of the process of tendering, advertising tenders so that British companies can see what the opportunities are here. And I have undertaken with the Governor, His Excellency, that I will ask my head of trade delegation in Lagos, they're based in Lagos, to come here to talk to Your Excellency, to talk to the Commissioner for Trade, to talk to business people here, so that we can really look at ways in which we can cooperate and we can have a true partnership. And maybe one or two of you, I recognize some faces, were at the lecture that I gave this afternoon at the Federal University of Lokoja on Brexit. One of the things I talked about there was, yes, Lord Lugard in many ways represents the colonial past, but I like to think that I represent the modern future. And that is a future, which is not a future of a feudal lord, if I can say that, and his subject. It's not a future of the colonial master. Quite often I'm described as the colonial master. I must admit I'm a bit uncomfortable being described as the colonial master. Or when the United Kingdom is described as the mother or the father or the parent of Nigeria. We are not the parent of Nigeria. We have historical links and we're very proud of that. But we are above all a partner of Nigeria, and Nigeria is a proud and independent country which can stand on its own feet, but it needs to do so with the support of its friends, of its partners, of its allies, and above all of the United Kingdom. And that's my job, and that's why I'm here in Kogi State. So thank you again, Your Excellency, for the very warm welcome. I'm delighted to be here. I'm staying overnight in Kogi State, so I will be here. Tomorrow as well, and I'm going to explore some more of the wonderful scenery, some more of the tourist sites. I haven't been to the Confluence yet. I've read about the Confluence, but I want to see it for myself, and I look forward to that. And I'm really appreciative of the really warm Kogi welcome that I've received today. And not just me, but my colleagues as well. Ben Llewellyn-Jones, my political counsellor from the British High Commission in Abuja, and Osaro Odenwinge, who is my senior political advisor, also at the British High Commission in Abuja. So thank you, sir, and with that I'll hand over to you. Thank you very much.
Build with youthful vigor, home to our people. My government is called the New Direction Administration because we are running with a new direction blueprint, designed to guide our interventions in line with our commitment to provide good governance and keep us focused. The blueprint is our roadmap for accelerated development in Kogi State. It highlights 5 key thematic areas for intervention, namely education, health, infrastructure and utilities, job creation and youth engagement, as well as public service and pension reforms. Since we came into office on January 27, 2016, we have done nothing but implemented the new direction blueprint. Our results are becoming more and more visible. We just concluded one key reform, a staff screening and verification exercise to remove ghost workers and unintended beneficiaries from our payroll. About 20,000 have already been discovered and removed. Many of them fraudulently inserted, and we are not even done compiling the final reports. Already, this saves the state billions of naira monthly, which previously vanishes or vanished into the pockets of politicians and their cronies. We are also advanced in talks with Oracle USA to automate our human resources and financial management system in a manner that complements the screening exercise and works to minimize the possibility of compromise in the future. We, along with the rest of the world, found Brexit quite intriguing. In the end, and in our opinion, it restates your country's commitment to democracy and reaffirms the resilience of British society. As the chief executive of a state roughly 1.5 times the size of Wales, possessing vast untapped human potentials and natural resources, I do not want to miss any of the opportunities which Brexit has opened up. Accordingly, we are looking to form new partnerships and deepen existing alliances. While we concede that certain engagements must be articulated and driven by the federal, we contend that much business can be done directly between Kogi State and British entities in many sectors, such as agriculture, education, tourism, solid minerals and mining, ICT, renewable energy, to mention but a few. These represent the niches which we seek to exploit. Kogi is open for business. We urge the High Commissioner to be our envoy to his nation and people in these regards. Tell them that Kogi State presents an incredible diversity of quick wins for the United Kingdom charity working in development and cooperation. Tell them also that we offer endless investment options for the British investor. Kogi is therefore open for aid, trade, and foreign direct investments. We are angling for significant increases in all three legs of this socio-economic tripod in this Brexit era and beyond. Integrity breeds confidence. We decided earlier on as an administration to prove that we can be trusted when we make a commitment. Our existing development partners can testify that we have followed through. We work hard to make our counterpart funding and other obligations as expeditiously as possible. We will continue to do so while hoping it will trigger increase in donor and multilateral cooperation with the United Kingdom and her allies. We are planning a multilateral partnership and investment dinner later this quarter to pitch our opportunities. We will rely on the British High Commissioner to assist us in circulating invitations to that event as many UK businesses as possible. The message you have to deliver for us is simple. Lokoja still welcomes adventurers, travelers, and traders like the intrepid William Buffa Baiki, who came here in 1854 and forged enduring friendships and relationships with our forebearers through forthrightness and mutual respect. We welcome Your Excellency and your team to Lokoja and Kogi State. Hopefully, you will find time to visit some of our more accessible historical attractions. I don't know if you have visited the site where Union Jack used to fly when Lokoja used to serve as the capital of the colonial administration. I don't know if you have visited the European Cemetery. I am going to give you a copy of those that were buried in the cemetery then today. And of course, I don't know if you have visited the First World War Cenotaph. We wish that you visit there before you go. Your Excellency, we thank you for visiting us today, and you are most appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Our August visitor, His Excellency, has prepared a token gift, kind of souvenir, to show that he really appreciates your visit to the Confluence State.
When we came on board, we don't just want to use our idea to lead the people. We ask the people, how do you want us to lead you? What do you want from us in the next 4 years? We move around the nooks and crannies, and all their views are represented, and we're able to reduce it to what we call the blueprint, as I earlier mentioned, and we have it in volumes 1, 2, and 3. And every year we zero it down to our budget. This is a copy of the blueprints. We call it Kogi State New Direction Blueprints. Our sojourn so far, 366 days, because it was a leap year. So we have Kogi State Government referral compendium, 366 days of the new direction, 27th January 2016 to 26th January 2017. Here's a copy, sir. And of course, the CD for the new year. Here are the names of some European soldiers, missionaries, and merchants buried in Lokoja, Kogi State, Nigeria, during the British colonial administration.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Your Excellency, for all those wonderful gifts. I shall read them with interest. As you say, I have already visited one of the cemeteries here and discovered the graves of a number of brave soldiers, British soldiers who died fighting with and for Nigeria. And I look forward to reading that, and also to reading, of course, more about your blueprint. And thank you very much for that. I'm looking forward to seeing some more of the sites tomorrow. I have a small gift for you too, sir. This is a book about my own country. Thank you very much again for your hospitality.
just permit me to stand by the existing protocol. We want to sincerely appreciate you, sir, for your visit to Kogi State. Kogi State do not just have the confluence river. Kogi State has confluence of opportunities. From your brief discussion with His Excellency the Governor, you will appreciate the fact that we have confluence of opportunities in Kogi State. We want to say thank you to you for coming. Help us tell others to come. Kogi State is a place where adventurers can come, just like my principal said, let them come and see the good things in Kogi State. Thank you for coming, and God bless you.
I see a huge developed, or rather developing Kogi, an exciting place, a convergence point for all peoples of the world who are happy to be in a place that is conducive for the growth of their businesses, for peace of mind, and for interaction.